I'm done. I thought there'd be more of a debate on this. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Those of you who know me well know I don't get angry very easily. I think I've been angry on the floor, really angry on the floor of this chamber once. It was the end of the 2013 session, day 7 of like 90 degrees in here. I remember standing over there and yelling at Speaker Fox at like 1 in the morning. I find this process flabbergasting. It's not that I have an objection per se to what we're doing with this budget. This could be the best we can do. If I had to sit down personally and write a supplemental budget for the situation we're in, maybe I wouldn't do better than this. And I know that no matter what comes out of this process today, there's going to be a lot of things in it that are going to be very painful for a lot of people. It has to be. The world situation is terrible. But I don't understand how any of us can vote green on this today. It is a mystery to me. First of all, this is the bill is the original 2021 proposed bill from the governor. This is a revision to that. So it's a substantial revision to the governor's proposed 2021 to modify the 2020 budget. I don't understand why it wasn't a standalone bill, but be that as it may. We haven't met, except for yesterday, we haven't met since March 12th. The Finance Committee met, 4 times, I think? 3 times, something like that. But only once on this budget. There were some hearings on a couple of pieces of it. I have to assume that I had communications with many of you, on the phone or email during the last 3 months. I have to assume that people weren't getting together to hash this stuff out publicly or privately. We know, and this is not unusual, this happens every year, but we know that this bill before us was essentially written by a handful of members. I don't know specifically who. I would assume the Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Finance Chair among them, maybe a few others, but not most of us, we know that, in coordination with the Senate. It was revealed to the public and us, the rest of us, on Monday afternoon. Today is now Thursday, so it's about 3 days later. We received this last night. I actually got the written copy when I came in here today. It was emailed, a 300-page analysis, last night at 8:33 p.m. I haven't had time to read through this or fully understand it. Nobody has. Nobody who's not involved in the actual creation of it has. I'm sure members of the Finance Committee are more familiar with some of the bits and pieces. But we were trying to close a, $250 million deficit, and we're doing it in the most rushed fashion I've ever seen in this body. It's astounding to me. And I don't mean to offend anybody by what I'm about to say, but the reality is if you vote green on this and you weren't actually involved in the creation, really involved in the creation of it, which means most of us, if you vote green on this today, what are you doing here? What signal are you sending your constituents? Aren't you just telling your constituents it doesn't matter? I might support this. I might support it a week from now. I haven't had time to really digest this. Nobody has. This process is the single worst process I have seen for passing certainly a budget in this chamber in the 12 years I've been here. And I'm sure I can find some bad pieces of legislation that got passed at 3 a.m., but this is terrible. This sends all the wrong signals to everybody in this state. It tells the people of this state that the 75 of us really do not matter. All that matters is once we elect, and I'm not picking on Speaker Mattiello because every speaker acts like this, we elect someone to stand on the rostrum, they have a couple of key lieutenants, they work with the Senate and the governor, and then the rest of us come in here and we just hit green. Why bother? Why bother? Why bother running for re-election? Why bother showing up today? There's a couple of members who are absent today, I don't know why, but I almost feel like just walking out the door. Why am I here? This is embarrassing.